traders, Bitcoin clearly in a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. Look at this trend. Nice, clean, bearish trend. How far this travels, it's a question that remains to be seen, but I'm going to be looking at this level here for a potential target. And I'll be looking at, well, I'll just pick up the lows under here as a target. The lows under this range. Liquidity under here as in sell stops. Okay, so that's my target. I don't know how far that's going to travel, but we've got two clear points here that we could look to target. In fact, now we can bring these across as well. Just wherever these lows are. All right, this one coincides with the base of this. Let's just grab that. All right, so we've got this wick under here, liquidity aligns with these lows. We've got this level here, this level here. Okay, so three distinct targets to look for, to aim for. An entry point, I'm generally looking at a fib retrace, swing high, swing low, and if we continue this, swing high, swing low, something like that. So A, B, C, D, measured move. A, B, C, D, measured move. Okay, see what I'm saying? Something like that. And my entry is generally going to be in a trend on the Fibonacci retrace. So if we pull a fib from high to low, you see this 61, see the 50? That's my threshold. Look at the 61.8. So there's an entry. I'm going somewhere with this. It's important because this is my strategy. And, you want to know, what my thought process is. Well, this is my thought process, basically. See the 61.8 there? That's an entry point. So if we follow this rule, then swing high to wherever this swing low lands, retrace 50 to 618. Okay, this is not a sell at the moment. But if we trade down and then we pull back like we have with this this move here, this downtrend, then that would be a valid entry point. Right? So I'm just mapping it out with you got to have some kind of trading plan. So that's my plan. This is a daily time frame. So let's go down and I'll do the same thing now on the 4H, or maybe actually we'll go down to a 1H, and then 30 minute might be a bit better. Yeah, I'll go down to a 30 minute. I'm looking for a short, and on the lower time frame, this could give me an entry up in around here. So let's just clear everything. I know I'm looking to sell. So with the 30-minute chart, we come into this, okay, we've got a downtrend. It's a bit more choppy than the daily. We've got high, low, retrace, low, retrace, swing low, retrace, swing low, retrace. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this trade here short didn't work. This one did. 1, 2, 3. So we've had 4 winners and 1 loser. You know what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm getting at is this, all right, could be a thing, but so could this. Okay, see what I'm saying? You want to understand the risk involved. Now, look at this pullback here. Okay, so they can get pretty aggressive with these stop runs, because that's what it is. This is bearish, and they hit stops above here, and then look at the displacement. So what I like about this price action at the moment is this range, they hit the liquidity with this move here, and then look at this displacement. Okay, that's bearish, and that's telling me that big money is behind that. Only those guys can make a splash like that, right? If that's the case, then I'm going to be looking for an entry point. If I grab my Fibonacci high to low around the 61.8. Now, if it fails to move back here, then I'll let it go. Here's the thing with this. The market's looking for two things. One, it's looking for liquidity. So where is their liquidity? Well, all through here, we've got buy stops galore. Okay, all through here. You've got a lot of traders shorting, and it's pulled back. They're shorting here. Okay, they've got their buy stops resting above. So that's a target for smart money, for one thing, is the liquidity up here. If they're looking to short, they need to pair their orders with buy stops so that they can fill their quota. That's how I'm looking at this chart. Now, the next thing we've got here is, see this thin candleless displacement? If we pick up the candle left and right, we've got an imbalance, right? So it's a bearish imbalance. There's one way. There's selling. There's no buying going on, or not much. All right. So there's the balance is favoring sells. We've got an imbalance, a bearish imbalance here. It's traded back through, resolved it so far to about 50% of the way through this imbalance, but this is still unresolved. So if the market's looking for two things, liquidity and to rebalance, then it makes sense that this is a valid point of interest on the chart. And the other thing about this, and this is ICT concepts, not mine. The other thing about this is, if we look at this Fibonacci from the high to the low here, if you're selling, you want to be getting in at a premium. You don't want to be selling down in here. Okay, it's like if you're buying, you want to be getting in at a discount. All right, now the 50% is the threshold here. I want this to trade back up into here before I get involved. And you can see we've got this shift in the trend here. We've got a bit of a change in character right there. Higher low. Okay, so this is starting to trend up here. I'd be looking for this to head back up into these levels, and then I'd be interested in shorting it. What I want to see with this is this trend here to continue on this time frame, even a 15-minute chart. Let's just go down to a 15M, and this is how I would like to get involved with this. 15-minute time frame, and then it levels out and ranges, and then we see the rotation, something like that, right? Let's have a look at price action. I want to see it trade back up into these levels. I want to see it range here. You want to see it drawing sellers in, fake out. I call it the fakey shaky. Fake out, and then they hit stops, shake out. And then you want to see a displacement. In other words, a big long thin candle, something similar to this. Displacement, and then of course, well, that will pull back to rebalance. And then we see lower highs and lower lows kicking in. So that's what I want to see with this, is that kind of price action. And then I'm going to get involved when we break the low of the range, most likely something like that. Okay, so this is going to be the first break, or this will be, call it a change of character, okay? You get that, it's a bit of a fake out, and then they hit your stops, and then we get a lower low, right? So I'm looking at this high, low, higher high, lower low. I'd be happy entering in. At that point, that is your break of market structure, BOS, break of market structure. Well, you could enter, it might not be, price is going to wiggle around, and, it might be a bit tighter than that, but, you get the idea, basically, something like that. Okay, so that's my take on Bitcoin, guys. I'm bearish, but I want to see this resolve, these imbalances resolved, and I want to see this rotation and then the trend kicking in. Guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. By the way, if this fails to shape up, then no. I mean, if it rolls over here and trades south, I'm letting it go. I'm not interested. I want it to trade back into this level here, and then I'm interested in shorting it. Now, can it wiggle around in here and do that? Yeah, understand the risk. Of course it can. All right, so there's risk involved. I'm going to give this possibly a 70%, right? 70%. Right? There's a 30% chance it goes against you, something like that. But, you've got to have a strategy, you've got to have a rule base, and trade your plan. And you'll find that, well, I'm building accounts with this strategy, so you lose a few, but, the idea is you come out on top and you've got an edge, or you have an edge in the market, and, you build your account. Anyway, that's it, guys. That's Bitcoin. I hope you have a great day. Safe trading. See you in the next one.